Okay, hi. It says my connection's weak, so let me look at this real quick. Um, you guys that are on, will you guys let me know if you can hear me okay? So I know if our connection's okay, because my signal says our connection's weak. And then I'll know if we're okay. So can you guys give me like a thumbs up if you can hear me okay? Thank you. Okay. That was one. One thumbs up. So just let me know if you can hear me. Oh, that might be a sign that the others of you can't hear me yet. So let me know when you can hear me. Just by a thumbs up is fine, and then I'll know that we're okay. Okay, there's another one. Okay, so you guys go ahead and jump your questions on here. Those of you that are getting on first, and we'll handle those first. um, yeah, so we can kind of know where we're going to go, and what we're going to spend our time on. Just jump those questions on. Okay. There was a couple of questions on that people put in the when I posted that I was doing the live Q&A. One that I can address kind of right away is about auras in general. So there is the woman's book that I read, her name is Barbara Bowers, and she wrote a book called What Color's Your Aura? And if you search online, maybe you'll find what I found. I found actually many years ago, I found an interview that she did that was just an audio interview, and I listened to that. More recently, I found an article. Also, I believe it was a kind of an interview setup, and in that one, that's when I just found out that she thought that people had 3 layers in their auras. So that was super interesting for me because I've had a totally different experience than that. And then the other thing I found out is, and I've told some of you this, is that she could see fixed auras. So different than what most people see around people. People who see auras generally see, they're seeing a lot of change in the aura. So they might see the fixed information, the fixed colors of light, along with a lot of what's going on with the person. So I call that the situational aura. So some people will see the fixed and the situational kind of mixed together. Okay. And then I can't really speak for other people further than that, other than what I've learned about that as far as what the information they're getting. Like, people have to figure out what information they're getting. I have a great colleague. She sees auras and she's really sensitive too. But what seemed to happen a lot with her is that she would see an outer color or the overlay as their main. So we kind of thought that she might be getting the information of where people were hanging out, like the personality traits that they were developing at the time or the ones that they felt more comfortable in. So there's a lot of variation with like the information that that people are gathering that see or sense aura personality stuff. Okay. So the other thing to think about is so I just wanted to kind of do a reminder of where I got my information was from Barbara Bowers, who could see a very fixed permanent color around people. And then the way she wrote her book, What Color is Your Aura, is she did interviews. So that's something that I just read in an interview with her. She passed, I think she passed probably in the 90s. I don't have an exact date, and I've really tried to research her. So if anybody finds any information on her, pass it my way, please. I can't find her date of birth or, where she's from or anything, and I really wanted to find out. So, anyway, and just find out any written information about her. Okay, so that said, there's also another woman. Her name is Pamela Osley. So I have not looked into any of her information, really, other than recently, a Barbara Bowers link connected me to her site. When I looked into auras, or when I started doing auras as a kind of work, Pamela Osley was somebody else that was doing it, and she was really successful. She has a book called Life Colors, and she kicks butt at the business part of working with people in their auras, which is awesome. It's great. And she has a great little intro, like a video intro on her website that she talks about Barbara Bowers. Like Barbara Bowers was her introduction into auras, and that was new information for me, just barely. So just in the last few months, I learned that. So there's at least two of us out there that are doing, that have written other books based on what we read from Barbara Bowers or learned from Barbara Bowers' work. Okay, so kind of some fun things to think about of like the other aura information that's out there, and just kind of know that for me, that's where my information started, and then I developed my gift. Unbeknownst to me, my gift was developing as I was sharing about her information. That more information comes to me as I am with people. I feel what their energy feels like, and I word it. So, and then I wrote chapters about that, and then I discovered that there were other colors out there, and that more coming, more different colors of light are coming to the earth, to surround people, and spiritual gifts that haven't been here are coming, and things like that. So, and I've done a lot of correlating with spiritual gifts because in Barbara Bowers' book, What Colors Your Aura, she is talking a lot about, it's a little bit more of a career path book. And my personal feeling is that she's a lavender with a mental secondary. And so thus her gift to be able to see the auras. And then she did it in a really organized fashion, and she did interviews, and she was helping people find very specifically their careers. And her book was published in 1989. So sorry, my voice is always like this since I got sick after I got out of the hospital after I had surgery. So I just have like this every morning or every first part of the day for a few hours. I'm like this. Okay, so just to be thinking of that, and there are tons more people. Like if you go to like a more new age bookstore or something, you'll find a lot of information about auras, and you definitely want to kind of distinguish like between auras. And then my works very specifically is with aura personalities, and because when you go into the other auras, there's a lot of things. There's the auric field, and then there's the changeable aura, and there's just a lot going on in the etheric realm, which is the subtle realm or the unseen. And I don't even pretend to understand all of that, but I just wanted you guys to kind of think about this from that perspective. And this goes with a question that somebody asked about golden light or imperial topaz. That was one of the first questions that got asked on the feed. And I double checked. Imperial topaz is going to be, in some ways, I wrote about it during the shift, and there was a lot of sense of like, I have overcome, I have gone through much struggle, and now I have arrived at this place of solidity. And so a lot of people relate to imperial topaz, the overcoming aspect to it. But as you know, what I say about imperial topaz is it pretty much fits in the new crystal. It's not a new crystal, but it fits into the new crystals in that the ones that I haven't written about yet, it's only people who were born around or after 2012. Okay, so with my system, and I never can speak for anybody else's system, and I'm fine if people disagree with me, that's fine, and have their own systems and their own belief patterns about that. But so for me, anybody who's imperial topaz in the entire United States is going to be born around or after 2012. So they're little kids right now. And that said, when I learned about imperial topaz energy, I think I said that there were 7 on the planet at the time, and now there are only 3. So, and none of them are in the United States. So any that we know about are not here. And my guess is that they were all really old, the ones that were here. I don't know that for sure, but I'm pretty sure they're pretty old, and they're in other countries. And there's three in a planet with 10 billion people. So we don't know them. We don't know who those people are. Okay, so that's my stance, and you can disagree or think something different or think a different school of thought. So as far as people having golden auras, they're little kids. And they're really young. They're going to be 5, and younger. So, and then that's going to go along with the other 4 new crystals that we know about, that I haven't written about yet. So they're the other ones that are born around 2012. Okay. And then so that's that. And then the other question that got put in that, was, oh yeah, okay, it was yours. And I don't think I know you yet, Larianne. The other part to that question, I'm just going to say basically, there is a rooster walking in my window. I have to show you guys this. It's going to totally ruin the whole call, but this is funny because I'm high up. My window's high, so I have to show you. That's never happened before, but they always find me. I was getting out of the